Vietnam changed warfare forever. It was the first true helicopter war, launching the age of vertical envelopment with machines that rewrote the rulebook. Kicking off with utility troop transport and slicks. First, the Icon Bell UH-1 Iroquois. This legendary bird defined the entire conflict. It hauled grunts into the fire and pulled the wounded out. Everyone called it the Huey. It was the absolute backbone of air mobility. Sikorsky H-34, Choctaw Seahorse, a piston-engine veteran serving both Army and Marines. You couldn't miss that tall profile on the tarmac. Tough as nails and built to haul heavy loads through the sweating jungle. Moving on to the Piasecki CH-21 Shawnee, they called it the Flying Banana. Named for that weird, curved fuselage, it was an early heavy lift pioneer in the theater. Its looks were unique. But don't let the appearance fool you. It was practical, effective, and got the job done when the war was young. It moved men and gear into places fixed wings couldn't touch. Next, the Sikorsky H-19 Chickasaw, a true air mobility trailblazer with a layout that set the standard. The engine sat right in the nose, a radical idea back then. Now, check out the Piasecki Hup Retriever, a compact machine built for shipboard operations. It plucked downed pilots from the drink and landed on tiny decks without breaking a sweat. Switching gears to attack helicopters and gunships, Bell AH-1 Cobra, the world's first dedicated attack chopper, sleek, fast, lethal. From that skinny two-man cockpit, it rained fire support for the boots on the ground. Next, the Boeing ACH-47 Chinook, guns a go-go, a flying battleship. Only a few were built, but they packed cannons and rockets to sanitize landing zones for the transport birds. Moving to observation, scout, and reconnaissance, Hueys OH-6 Cayuse. Pilots knew it as the Loach, small, agile, and a nightmare to shoot down. It hunted at treetop level to sniff out hidden bunkers. Then there's the Bell OH-58 Kiowa, a reliable eye-in-the-sky coordinating airstrikes, quiet and efficient. It took over recon duties in the later years. Up next, the Bell OH-13 Sioux. You know this one, the famous bubble canopy, a fragility that belied its strength, saving countless lives on medevac runs near the front. Hiller OH-23 Raven, another light observation craft from the early days, a trainer and scout with a simple design, easy to fix in the field, which meant everything. Now for heavy and medium lift cargo, the Boeing CH-47 Chinook, the tandem rotor king. It hauled artillery, fuel, and supplies across the map. It's so capable, it's still flying combat missions today. Next, the Boeing Vertol CH-46 Sea Knight, the Marine Corps' primary hauler. It moves squads from ship to shore, using dual rotors to stay rock steady in bad weather. The Sikorsky CH-53 Sea Stallion, a massive lifter for the heaviest jobs. It recovered downed aircraft and carried vehicles, a true beast. Sikorsky CH-54 Tarhe, the Skycrane, a flying skeleton designed to carry massive external loads. It lifted tanks and buildings like they were toys. Sikorsky CH-37 Mojave, one of the last big piston-powered lifters, twin engines and side pods powerful, but loud enough to wake the dead. Let's talk combat search and rescue. Sikorsky HH-3 Jolly Green Giant, the Air Force's guardian angel. It flew deep into bad country to grab downed airmen, armor-plated and long-legged. It was a lifesaver. Next, the Sikorsky HH-53 Super Jolly Green Giant. Bigger, stronger, refuelable in midair. It could take a beating and still bring the crew home from the depths of hell. Cayman HH-43 Husky, a unique bird with intermeshing rotors, famous for base rescue and firefighting. Its wooden blades made a sound you never forgot. Sikorsky SH-3 Sea King, an anti-sub hunter that doubled as a rescue platform. Big, reliable, and tough. It could land right on the water if things got desperate. Up next, the Cayman H-2 Sea Sprite, a versatile ship-based operator. Utility and search missions were its bread and butter. Small enough to land on destroyers and cruisers. Then the Sikorsky HH-52 Sea Guard, the amphibious hero of the Coast Guard, a vital player. It handled coastal search and rescue with a boat-like hull that let it bob safely on the waves. Rough seas were no problem. A trusted lifesaver. Finally, specialized, drone, and covert machines. Gyrodyne QH-50 Dash, a remote-controlled drone designed to drop torpedoes on subs, unmanned tech in a combat zone, way ahead of its time. Bell 204, the civilian Huey. Flown by contractors and government agencies when the military was stretched thin, it kept the supply lines moving. Then the Bell 205, the big brother to the civilian Huey. More power, more space. It handled the demanding missions the smaller birds couldn't. A logistics favorite for VIPs and cargo across the region. Versatile and dependable. Next, the Sikorsky S-58, the civilian Choctaw, used by private firms for construction and transport, proof that military engineering works in the commercial world. Sikorsky S-61, the civilian Sea King. It shuttled workers to offshore rigs and remote sites. Strong lift and a roomy cabin made it perfect for the hard jobs. Reliable to the core, finally. The Hueys 500, the civilian version of the Scout. Fast, light, and incredibly maneuverable. A favorite for private operators and special government tasks. Boeing Vertol 107, the commercial counterpart to the Sea Knight. A medium-lift workhorse for operators around the globe. Its signature twin-rotor design was a game-changer, allowing it to haul massive payloads into the tightest, most unforgiving landing zones.